My name is Edward Kwabi. Now, the International Standards Journalists Association has sued the Electoral Commission for demanding that journalists pay for the accreditation to cover the December 7 polls. Now, the Electoral Commission 2 weeks ago announced that due to logistical constraints, media houses were to pay 10 cedis for the printout of the media accreditation to enable them cover the elections. The decision, however, has been faced with some challenges as some stakeholders, including journalists, are not happy about the development. The International Standards Journalists Association has sued the Electoral Commission for demanding that journalists across the country pay for the accreditation to cover the December 7 polls. Now, the Electoral Commission 2 weeks ago announced that due to logistical constraints, media houses were to pay 10 cedis for the printout of the media accreditation to enable them cover the elections. The decision, however, has not gone down well with some media stakeholders, such as journalists across the country, and they are resorting to go to court for a redress. And Dr. Nana Opong is the president of International Standards Journalists Association. He joins us on phone right now. Good evening, sir, and thanks for your time on News at 10.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Thank you.
First of all, did you engage the Electoral Commission first before going ahead to sue them?
Yes, we wrote a letter to them last week on Friday, and it was a very friendly letter. We explained our position that we had some journalists who could not afford accreditation tag fee, and we wanted to meet with them to discuss the matter. We wanted an exemption granted to the poor journalists. We said we're available to meet with them, and they didn't reply. We gave them up to this Friday, which is today. We sent someone to follow up, and he went and met with the director of communications, who assured him that the letter was with the chair lady. But unfortunately, nothing came out of that, so we had to sue.
Some will argue that 10 cedis really is no money, and it's too small an amount for you to drag them to court.
Right. I think the issue is whether it is constitutional or not. It's not about the money per se. But if something is wrong, it is wrong at 10 cities, it's wrong at 5 cities, it's wrong at 1,000 cities. And if you're looking at what is more or less, it depends on how much money you have. There are people on the streets of Accra who are begging for 5 pesewas or 20 pesewas. And to them, 10 cities is a month's income. Now, there are journalists who get paid about 150 cedis a month on the average for their salaries. And the journalists who don't get paid anything at all because they're freelancers. And sometimes they don't have money at all. There are days when some journalists cannot even have money for transport. There are journalists, of course, who are making money in very good media houses, but that's just the minority. So we don't think it's an issue of too much or too little. I think it's a question of whether it's right or not.
Some will say that this money is too small for you to sue them. But quite apart from that, are you not going to delay the process, considering the fact that already the EC has suffered a series of legal suits in the past few weeks?
Right. I think I want to address the issue of it's too small before I go into that issue. I think I have to make it very clear. If something is wrong, it is wrong, whether it's small or big. That issue, we have to understand that. Because today, 10 cities is small, but if you allow them to do it and it's unconstitutional, you've created a precedent. The next time around, how much money would they collect? Now they have the power to collect. So that one, we have to deal with it now. We are not stopping the election. We have no injunction against the election. We are not saying that it shouldn't go ahead. All we're saying is journalists should be allowed to report without being forced to pay the tax fee. Journalists can be accredited without having to pay a tax fee because there are many ways of accrediting someone. For example, somebody can come from TV3 with an accreditation tag from TV3, and TV3 is a credible institution, a credible media institution whose tax should be respected. So if you go to accreditation, so if you get accreditation from TV3 and you go to Electoral Commission, there's no reason why they should still insist on you paying 10 cedis for their tag. So if you can't afford their tag, they can get a free tag from your institution. Why not?
Very well. But when you intend to go to court, and when are we hearing the first case?
We are bringing an application Thursday or Friday for a judge to rule on the matter. Electoral Commission will be set up on Monday, and then we will bring our application next week. So we hope this matter will be resolved no later than maybe within 7 or 10 days.
But there were other options for you to have considered, apart from going to the courts.
Such as, there are no any other options, because we have to engage with the Electoral Commission. We asked them to change the decision, amend the decision, meet with us to discuss. These were the only options. I mean, they have the power to decide. So if they refuse to engage us or to change their minds, there is no any other option.
You belong to an association,
Yeah.
right? How many people are in your association?
Right now, we have close to 311 members.
And your members
across the nation.
10 cities?
Across the nation, yeah, all over the country, yeah.
Yes, and your members cannot afford 10 cities.
So some of the members cannot afford, some, not all, some cannot afford. But remember, I made the point that it's not about, apart from the issue of people not being able to afford, it's wrong. And if something is wrong, we shouldn't say it's small wrong or big wrong. It's wrong, it's wrong, it's wrong.
We're grateful for your time tonight on News at 10. Dr. Nana Opong is the president of the International Standards Journalists Association, and they say they cannot pay the 10 cities that is being charged by the Electoral Commission. Hence, they are resort to legal means to address the issue.